What is up? I'm Kelvin Blunt, and this is Str8 No Chaser, a podcast where we unfilter the filtered. We talk about sex, identity, power, and perception, and what happens when we finally question the societal script we've been copying and pasting since the beginning. Sometimes the font changes, sometimes the lines are double-spaced, but the copy, it's the same. Copy and paste. So what are we doing here? So this show was born out of a lifelong fascination. Obsession with human behavior. Not the TikTok trend kind, the deeper stuff. Why do we do what we do, even when it doesn't make sense? We don't stop ourselves. And how much of what we do is actually ours to begin with? I've spent most of my life going against the grain, really just because of how I was born, only to realize the grain itself is out of whack. The grain is going against itself. About me. I'm gay, neurodivergent, Black, Sagittarius, what's up? And as early as 7 years old, I was teased about my weight. By adults mainly. They badgered me to lose weight, but they didn't tell me how to lose weight, didn't say shit about health or wellness, and made me to feel like it was my fault. I was 7. What the fuck did I know about carbs, calories, and cardio? And when I look at pics of myself as a kid today, I look fine. I don't look like I was told that I looked. I just look like a cute fucking kid. So what the hell did they know? Case in point, when I was a kid, 13 to 15% of Americans were considered overweight. Today, 73.6% of Americans are above weight, and 41.2% of Americans are considered clinically obese. So essentially, 3 out of 4 Americans are overweight. 2 out of 5 are considered clinically obese. And among those who are considered obese, many of the adults who tease me about my weight. Put the oxygen mask on yourself before you put it on your neighbor, okay? Ultimately though, above weight, below weight, at weight, none of these factors alone indicates good health and well-being. Judging a book by its cover, you get nada. So long before I knew about race, sexuality, class, ADHD, trauma, you name it, I could feel the script was off. Something about the rules just didn't set right. People were performing and they didn't even know they were acting. So if you've read Str8 No Chaser, my series on Substack, you know that these topics are the ones I discuss, injecting personal experiences, observations, research, data, historical context, irreverence. But here on the podcast, we're getting a little messier. This is the unscripted side of the same truth. Raw, irrelevant, sardonic, especially when things get extra dumb. Because as Iyanla Vanzant says, don't let people should on you. Don't you should on others, and don't should on yourself. But we love a good should, don't we? We should labels on people, try to tell others what they are doing wrong and what they're saying are wrong about their own identity. He's not straight. He has sex with men in porn. And just because we know ourselves, if we even do know ourselves, we think we know each other. Bless our hearts. So coming up this season, I'll be cracking open, what is gay for pay? And why do we care about where the grown man puts his penis? What's in it for us? And why gay for pay, not to mention the word bromance, are homophobic terms? Why gay, straight, and bi aren't ancient truths. They're 20th century marketing. Who started happy hour? Why do we have happy hour? I'm all good that we do, but I'm going to jump in the weeds on why we have happy hour. And when we started going out to bars as a society. Also, why true crime documentaries keep us hooked and haunted. Trust me, I have personal experience with that one. AI. Why are we freaked out about it? And how to best use AI and how not to use AI. Yeah, we've heard about jobs that have been taken away, but what jobs are being created because of AI? And what is ADHD? And what is it not? Because as someone with ADHD, y'all don't know shit about this. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about, but I'm here to fill in the blanks. Why doesn't Gen Z drink as much as older generations? I ain't complaining. There's nothing bad about it. It's all good. Why don't they have sex as much as older generations? Or adhere to sexuality and gender labels like we do? And why, and everything, they're all right. It's us who need a self-inquiry. Listen, I'm not here to hand you answers. If it was that easy, we'd all be doing it. But I'm here to pull back the curtain, hold a mirror, as it were, up to nature. Because so many of us mistake thoughts for evidence, perception for proof, and feelings for fact. But life has taught me your first thought isn't your best thought. And maybe, just maybe, we're not the sum of the scripts we've been handed, and that we got more going for us than we think. So that's what this is. New episodes drop weekly, sometimes solo, sometimes with guests, always honest, always blunt, because that's my last name. Speaking of my name, a key housekeeping note. My first name is Kelvin, Kelvin. Don't come rolling up in here with Kevin or Calvin. This window is closed. Kevin's at the next window, okay? But what you can do is you can follow Str8 No Chaser on Spotify, YouTube, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts. I thank you so much for listening. Be good to yourself, be good to each other, and I'll see you next time. You heard?